Hi everyone, it's Loretta. Thanks for joining me today. It is a rainy, dreary day here in Alabama. However, I am taking advantage of the fact that I can't get outside and do any yard work or really play with the dogs because it's just too wet. So I've made some cards and I'm going to share those with you. Please let me know what you think of them. This is a Get Well card that I made. The sentiment, which says Get Well Soon, is from the Stamps of Life, Stephanie Bernard's company. These flowers are from both MFT and Simon Says Stamp, along with these little sprigs of greenery behind it. I just used some foam tape from my collection to add some dimension. This tiny little butterfly, this tiny little ladybug is actually a die from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I added a little matching bow just to give it some more interest, but I really like the way this came out. The next one just says Get Well Soon. The sentiment itself was also from Simon Says Stamp. I actually cut it apart and used it just to say Get Well Soon. The small dots you see here are from Your Next Stamp, I believe. This stamp right here with the flowers is from Stampendous. It was a wood-mounted stamp that I bought at Hobby Lobby when they had their clearance sale. When I stamped it, I then went back and lightly did a background just with my Copic marker, and then I colored all the image and used some white splatters to add some extra interest. The next one is the same stamp. We just have the Praying for You. The praying part is actually cut out of some fun foam to raise up that part of the sentiment, and then For You, and then I used a little bit of white gel pen just to add some interest. Same thing here. I did use a little bit darker Copic marker for the background of this one, but I like both equally. Alright, this one, this is a stamp. I'm pretty sure this is also from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and the sentiment once again is from Simon Says Stamp. I stamped the background using my Misty because I did have to stamp it several times. I wanted some really, really bold black lines for this to offer that contrast. Once again, it was stamped. It was colored with Copic markers, and then I splashed some white dots. Some of are very intentional, as you can see. This one has a nice shimmer. The plastic isn't showing up very well. These cards are for my church's card ministry. I received a request yesterday, actually, on Sunday, to make some cards that are Get Well and Praying for You in Nature. So this one is also a Get Well Soon. The script sentiment is from, I think it's actually from Pink and Maine. I'll double check and get back to you on that. The background stamp is a rose one that I have had in my collection a very long time. It is red rubber. I do not know who makes it, so I apologize for that part, but like I said, I've had it for a long time. This is actually a floating sentiment card. I'm not sure if it's showing up through the, once again, this plastic bag, but it just it looks like it's floating on top, and you can see through it because I stamped it on a piece of acetate and then heat set it with some white embossing powder. I do have a tutorial on how to do this on my channel. Just search for floating sentiment card. Alright, this is a sweet little stamp set that is from my Favorite Things stamps. This adorable is so stinking cute. This little elephant, I grounded him a little bit with some brown ink. A very simple sketch here. Literally just pulled stuff off my desk to make this card. And here's another one, very similar. The only difference here is the way that the elephant is sitting. His arms are going this way, and he's sitting up a little bit more. But once again, he is grounded with a little bit of E13, and the Copic markers were C1, C4, C5, and some C0. And then I did add a little bit of pink R20 for his ears, cheeks, and his belly. The next one is a birthday card. It is a simple sketch that I actually got from Christy Marcotte's channel. In one of her videos, she showed her cards that she made using the sketch. So I looked at the sketch and I adapted it to meet my needs and the size of the materials I already actually had cut. So once again, I used everything that was already on my desk to make this fun little birthday card. The next and last but not least is actually one of the harder types of cards you ever have to make, which is a sympathy card. I did want this one to look very just sweet. We did have a couple in our church who lost their 5-week-old baby a little over a week ago, and really brings life into perspective when you lose a little one like that. But there are some other occasions, unfortunately, with any church home that you do need sympathy cards for, so I made this one. I did stack the sentiment, which is lawn fawn, one on top of another, using actually MFT's, I think it's their premier line of paper, but it's a little bit on the teal side of blue, but I really like it in an embossing folder. And then the background paper is from my favorite things. No, excuse me, it is from Stamps of Life. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave it a thumbs up. Share it on your social media. And leave me a comment down below. Please go visit my website, lorettarodger.com. Doodlebug is in the house and shipping, so if you're ready to place an order, you can use code SPRING, all lowercase, to get a 20% off discount. Thank you so much, everyone. Step happy, be a blessing. Remember, live joyfully. Talk to you later. Bye.